It is good morning. It is the second video, the second orientation video, and what I want to share with you is the syllabus for the quiz because we will use the time on the coming Tuesday for the actual lab. There are certain things that you need to know about I will say the lab. We are going to meet every Tuesday from 2 to 4:50 p.m. and this is going to be in class for the lab. We are going to have also our exams during these lab hours. Again, here I'm listing for you the prerequisites, and of course every time I will have a pre-lab lecture that I will talk about what is really the experiment about, what we need to do, and how we're gonna do it. Here this is a very important point. Reports. Each student should submit a lab report by the due date. Each student. Okay, then in each group I'm gonna have 2 students, and these 2 students, they should be able to submit the lab report. Anyone without a submission will not get a full credit for the lab. You might get the minimum work for that day, which is 25 points out of the 100. Now, the class policies here for for the lab, that we have, of course, a tentative schedule. We might sometimes change because we might lecture. We might have something related to the lecture, or usually I will stick with it, but you never know. The student is allowed to work with a partner. The maximum in a group is 2 students, unless I'm gonna have an odd number of students, then I might have a group is 3. You can choose your partner, and this type of work is a group work. You're not allowed to work by yourself. All right, then every time you are going to finish the work with your partner. Now, after the lab, it's your responsibility to communicate with your lab partner so that you will finalize the lab report. Usually the lab reports, they will be due by Friday midnight. And then after the Tuesday, you're gonna communicate with your lab partner so that you will submit on time. If your partner did not cooperate or communicate with you, just it is your responsibility to tell me that, okay, my partner did not respond. It's let's say Thursday night, and I did not receive anything from him, her, whatever the case. You need to check the lab due date and submit by the due date. I don't accept late work at all. No work can be accepted using an email. Here also you should read and understand. Basically, I will say the lab contract is the same points that I'm talking about, and you should submit that lab contract signed by the due date. I will say there is a lab let's say template for the reports. I will talk about it later. I don't want to maybe talk about it now, because for the first 2 labs we will not use this template. Okay, then I will leave it till the but for the first 2 labs you should have a cover page. Only the cover page is required together with the work that is needed. You lose 25 points if you fail to complete the minimum work for the lab. Usually, I'm gonna say there is a minimum work for the lab today, and everybody should check with me by the end of the day. Okay, I have completed, so that you got these 25 points. You lose 25 points if you fail to submit the formal lab report when you are asked to. All the sections of the lab report, they should be typed. No handwritten work will be accepted. I will not accept any handwritten things. Also, if you were asked to submit an Excel file, it should be an Excel file. It cannot be in PDF format because I need to check your work. All the calculations, graphs, data should be transferred to the actual formal lab report when there is a formal lab report. You should, of course, if I have a rubric, you should implement, and this is how you will be graded. Lab assignments, they are really 25% of your grade. I will say no makeup labs at all and no extra credit for the lab. Now, if you need any accommodation in the class, please, okay, just try to communicate with SAS, Student Accessibility Services. These are the learning outcomes of the course, and it's of course your responsibility to withdraw the course when you feel that you are not belonging to this course anymore or you don't like it. Here are the experiments, okay, and for this one, lab 1 significant figures, which it should be like yesterday. I will just have a recording and you're gonna submit it by I will give you more time for this one. I can accept it on Sunday, okay, but okay, these are the exams, okay, and all of this gonna be what is really we're gonna have, okay. Thank you. And I will see you in another orientation lab not orientation, it's going to be a discussion about the lab that is significant figures. Thank you.